this tells you it's a resistor. It's a 1K resistor, resistor 2, solder jumper, diode, capacitor, etc. And so you can look at which components they are here. This is the in-circuit programmer. This is the USB junction. And then you can open another one and look at an image. So now you can solder it based on that. So you find all these components here. So these are mostly larger, these are capacitors, these are mostly larger like LEDs, microcontrollers, these are all connectors, these are resistors up here, mostly there, these are connectors. So you'll find all the components there, and you start following this, and you start stuffing it. So that's how you'll get there. Neil, does Costanza have that sheet?
I have the one from not
okay.
The one that he made.
Which one is, where is yours? Can we see it? It's not the one that he labeled?
No.
Okay. So we have one that Costanza labeled. That's a little bit better than this because some of this is a little bit foreign, so we can give you that. And also we have like a Electronics 101 8.5 by 11 that we can send you, that one of the TAs from the Media Lab wrote, and it's pretty useful every year. So we'll send you this and the 101 sheet. So generally you can get it pretty much if you understand which component it is, you find that component, and then you can look at this for the orientation. Only a few components need the orientation. Obviously the USB has to be in the right orientation. The microchip has this circle at the top left, that's the orientation for that. The diodes have a line on them, and it looks like Neil tried to draw on here, but there's basically, the line is on the right hand side of the diode, because it flows from anode to cathode. So you can look at this for how to orient it. And when you want to program the board, you need to close this solder jumper and that solder jumper. So that's what Neil was talking about today. You have to put a glob of solder here, and on this one you have to put a zero resistor, 0 ohm resistor. This one, because basically a 0 ohm resistor is not doing anything essentially, and so it's going to jump that via right there. It'll jump over top. You can look at this board and check out how to get it. So when you want to program it, you have both that and that soldered. Then when you want to use it to program someone else, you take them off. Okay? And there's instructions on that all online.
Just out of sheer curiosity, would you all happen to have a schematic diagram of that circuit?
Well, this is the layout. So the schematic, I don't think Neil has it for this because Neil has drawn it in his coded language parametric thing. But for the future, if you go back to the other ones, you go to most of the other people, when you guys design circuits, you're going to design it in Eagle, and then you'll have the schematic. So if we go to Andy, he probably shows us, so here's the schematic for his. So the only reason we don't have it for those, I don't think we have it, is because it was not done in Eagle. Yeah. But you should be able to figure it out from an updated version. I mean, this one you can, that's resistor, so you can figure it out. Diode, cathode, capacitor, and you can look at this. But
are we going to go deeper about circuits and design?
There is a electronics design week.
Actually, it would be nice if we have some resources for it. So can you?
Yeah, there's an electronics design week, so you'll know how to do it. But in Neil's fashion, it's going to be what you get in class. So it's like fast and furious, super deep, too much information at one time.
Yeah, but like like a book or something like that we can,
Yeah. So there's the two that I know are the Horowitz and Hill. I think that's what it's called, the gray electronics for inventors or whatever it's called. And then the other one is, I'll pull them up for you. There's like two main Bibles.
Art of electronics.
What is it?
The art of electronics.
Yeah, okay. And electronics for inventors, yeah. This one is the main one, and then Practical Electronics for Inventors. Those are the two main books that everyone gets. Yeah. But this week, again, you don't need to know anything about how to design circuits. You don't even need to know what the components are. You don't really even need to know how to program it. All you need to be able to do is mill this board, stuff this board, plug it into a computer. There's a preset. Even on here, it tells you how to check if it's loading right, and that's it. And then there'll be another week about programming microcontrollers, another week about designing circuits, another week about adding sensors and all that stuff. So, super quick on soldering. Karina, you want to give a soldering demo or no?